What up, y'all? DCFAYGOGUY. Today we're going to be reviewing Darby O'Trill's brand new album, Creek. Now, I didn't plan on listening to this album. I didn't plan on reviewing this album. None of that. I had previously listened to Darby O'Trill last year. He generated a lot of buzz when Goalie came out. He generated more buzz when Tomb came out. And I listened to both of those albums. They weren't quite my cup of tea, so I moved on from them. I'm like, okay, you know, I really had no plans of ever checking out Darby again. But then Creek came out, and everywhere I went, Facebook, Twitter, a little bit even in Discord, everybody was talking about Creek. And I was like, you know what? This is his debut on Chapter 17. Maybe we'll try another sip and see if I enjoy this cup of tea. So that's what I did. And I gotta say, I actually didn't mind Creek at all. I listened to it all the way through. There's one song that I skipped. I talked about it a little bit on Twitter. Got called a crackhead, essentially, for feeling that way. So, you know, you definitely can't have your opinions. I get that. Definitely don't want your opinions to be unique. You gotta stay with the sheep, stay with the mob, and, you know, don't think for yourself. But yeah, I was actually blown away by Creek, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a review for it because I feel like that's necessary. I feel like that's appropriate. You know, Darby O'Trill needs some flowers on this because, again, I checked out his previous two albums, and while they weren't quite for me, I know a lot of people loved it. And there's a lot of people that were out there saying that this was his, I forget the fucking word, but this was his, magnum opus. I think that's how you say it. This was Darby O'Trill's Great Malenko. This was his Abominations. This was his best album. So far, from what I can say, this has definitely been his best album because, again, I went into it, listening to it, and I was like, yo, actually, this isn't bad at all. So what I did, I took notes. I find that that's like the best way for me to drop reviews is to kind of go through, listen to tracks, just drop, you know, thoughts as it's happening, if I'm able to. Sometimes I listen to albums and I'm not able to make notes right away. So I made sure I listened to this with notes ready to go. So right off the bat, Secret of the Mud. The first note I have is Boondocks, Is That You? Darby O'Trill, right out of the gate, was sounding like Boondocks on this. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't care for Boondocks. They especially don't like Boondocks now that he's on MNE, you know, and the beef is in full effect. So, you know, a lot of people really don't fucking care for Boondocks at all, and I'm sure a lot of people might be triggered by that statement, but that was the first thought that came to mind. So I put that note down. Not a bad start at all, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this song really kind of grabbed my attention right away. So jumping into Spinal Fluid Smoothie. This was a video that was released previously, and I didn't watch it, but I caught glimpses of it. I seen the part with the Malenko reference, and it honestly didn't really capture me. So when I went into this song, I wasn't expecting to like it, but it's a dope beat, good flow, and within 30 seconds, he lets you know he's a juggalo. It's not a bad opener. I made that note. We'll touch on that as I go forward, but I made a note of that for a reason. Red stain on a white robe. And I have this a little asterisk, and this is the way I do it, is the songs that I really like or the songs that I like are going to be my favorite. I put a little asterisk note next to them. And this is the first one that has that. This song belongs to Hex. Hex is Chapter 17's best artist, period. I was blown away by Hex. Obviously, I've been back and forth with Ouija, but Hex has won me over since the first time that I listened to him. When I listened to Demon Season, I was like, yo, Hex, all right. There's somebody on Chapter 17 that I definitely know I can vibe with, and that is Hex. So moving right on, I got A Sense of Entitlement and Return of the Paperboy. I didn't make like notes for each of them. I kind of put them together and said, okay songs. Didn't feel anything good or bad about them. So we got that one in there. A Moon Fit for Building Castles. This has another asterisk. This is another song that I really liked. It's a deeper song and I really enjoyed it. I believe this one featured Ouija Mac on it. And they both did a great job. I really enjoyed this song quite a bit. Jumping into Whispers from the Medicine Cabinet. Now this has another asterisk next to it. This beat is sick. It samples Killing Fields off of Riddlebox. And it samples I think it's the Headhunters remix. I think that's the name of it. But it's Hocus Pocus. It's the remix of Hocus Pocus on the chorus. Darby shapeshifted himself into Jonathan Davis during the chorus. Like, when he went into that, I'm like, He sounded like Jonathan Davis. Now I know he's a big Korn fan, and I only know that because he's got it on a couple. He's worn a couple shirts, and I believe I had seen that somewhere that he was a big fan of Korn. So I thought it was very interesting that he did that chorus and sounded just like Jonathan Davis. So he's definitely done some singing to Korn songs, and that kind of shows it there. But yeah, Whispers from the Medicine Cabinet. Really love this beat. Really fucking good. Really fucking dope. Devereaux killed it. People have been giving a lot of praise to Devereaux, and Darby himself did. And, you know, I retweeted or tweeted a response to it that was like, yo, that beat was sick. Because that beat is really fucking sick. I might say that that's my favorite track on the album. I don't know yet. I didn't put a note down on what one's my favorite. I just put down notes on the songs that I like. I hate people who don't know when to shut up. So one thing going into this, I was like, God damn, these titles are lengthy. Now, I can't fault Darby for that and then not fault Super Famous Fun Time guys for that, because they're notorious for doing that shit, especially with their albums. They like long, drawn out, goofy ass names. But like there's several songs on here. Oh, see, and I did it, and I just realized it, but I didn't put a note on there. Earlier, I said A Sense of Entitlement. That's what I just called that song because it was such a long one. I think it was A Sense of Entitlement doesn't... I don't even fucking remember. Somebody can comment down below and correct me. But I shortened that one down to just A Sense of Entitlement because I was like, this is such a long title that I'm literally just going to call it this. A Sense of Entitlement felt like a good, solid title. So that's what I put down in my note. But I hate when people don't know when to shut up. There's a weird split in the middle of the song. And I wonder if that's why it was titled this way. Because it's very interesting that the song kind of went on. There's this pause. You almost think the song's over. And then it picks back up and it goes right back into the song. Very interesting. And I wonder if that is what inspired the name of the song. It's an okay song. I didn't hate it. Within the Realm of Misery. I got this one also asterisked as a song that I like. I like singing. I like to hear more sing. I would like to hear more singing from a lot of artists that can pull it off. Sorry, Jay. That's literally the that's literally the note that I put. I like singing. I like the way that this song sounded. I like the way that Darby was harmonizing on it. That's good. Give me more of that, and I will definitely be checking out more and more shit as you do it. So this, oh, hang on. I'm getting ahead of myself. Never Ending Ball Itch. Not a bad song at all. I'm honestly surprised that there wasn't a sample or reference to Bug on My Nuts. Because I was literally listening to the song and the subject matter of what he was talking about, which I really liked. Like he has this ongoing, like these bugs just crawling on him and kind of irritating and annoying him. And then I looked at the name of it and I'm like, interesting that he has this song but didn't make a reference. Which is very, very interesting because getting into the next song now, this is a lengthy note. And this is the song that got me in trouble. This is the song that got me called a crackhead. I mean, I don't smoke, but I got a crack in my head. I skipped this song the first time listening to it. The line, find me running with my hatchet, man. Then going, I'm going to rep my set until the wraith is taking me. Maybe I was sipping haterade that first time that I was listening to it. Or maybe I truly am a crackhead. But, you know, lines like that sometimes make me cringe. The note that I have here, I'm just going to read the whole note and maybe go into explaining a little bit better. The lines just made me cringe. Like, I get it, you're a juggalo. You don't have to convince me of that. The song would later go into counterfeit, you're a fraud, motherfucker. Then no fuck shit here. I don't know. The whole song just feels ironic. He's calling someone a fraud, but starts off convincing us he's a juggalo. Just throw your subtle references in your music and no one will doubt you. You got to be more like low-key and Super Famous Fun Time guys in this regard. Tell me you're a juggalo without telling me you're a juggalo. And what I meant by low-key and Super Famous Fun Time guys, both have made references to ICP. That when you hear it, you perk up. You go, oh shit, that's a fucking ICP reference. That tells you and lets you know, like, yo, these guys are juggalos. I mean, obviously, I already knew that. But somebody who doesn't know that, going in, if you hear an ICP reference like that, you're going to like, oh, perk up. And I suppose I should tell you the reference. In Low Key song, Stay strong. He's got a reference in there where he says, then I head to school with Mr. Johnson's head in my bag. That's his line that he put in there. Super famous Fun Time guys, they got a song called Crawl Space. And 8 Leg says, Amy's in the attic while Jacob's in the crawl space. Those are beautiful references right there that tell me you're a juggalo without you even telling me you're a juggalo. So find good references like that. Quote a song. Take a line from a song like that. Slap that in there. Make a beautiful reference to it. I'll get right then and there you're a juggalo. You don't have to say whoop whoop. You don't have to say I'm a juggalo. You don't have to rep ICP. You don't have to talk about your hatchet or your hatchet man. You don't have to throw out a name of a ICP album even. Like, you won't have to do any of that. You put a sweet line in there, I'm going to know you're a juggalo, and you're going to perk my ears up. You're going to itch my brain, and I may pop half an erection even. Maybe. I don't know. Depends on the day. Depends on if I'm hot and sweaty too. But I made that note because, and I don't know, maybe it's the old me still in there, but, you know, for the longest time when it came to juggalo rappers, like, it seemed like every juggalo wanted to be a rapper at one point in time. And I was very strictly like, if you're not ICP or if you're not signed to Psychopathic Records, I don't want anything to do with you. Now, that is a mindset that I've kind of erased because obviously there's some really dope juggalo rappers out there. Mad Max, McNasty, Low Key, the super famous Fun Time guys, Ala Zuli Lou. Like, these are all juggalos that were inspired by ICP's music, and they're doing really good shit. You know what I mean? Broken Fort, I forgot to mention them. Those guys are in talks about doing some more music, and I'm hyped for it. If you don't know who they are, go fucking figure out and find out who Broken Fort is. Get educated. But there's really good, dope juggalo rappers out there, and I was just so turned off to it because it at one point, it just felt like everybody was trying to. I remember meeting a juggalo one time. He gave me a burnt CD of his brother or half-brother, whatever, a relative of his who was rapping. You might know him as Ninja G. You know, I just so many times it's like, oh, check this out. Oh, check this out. Oh, check this out. And it's, while I don't want to say that they suck, but it's just like when you get hit with a wave of so many rappers or juggalos that want to be rappers, and some of them got it, some of them don't. It's hard to take any of them serious because for every 10 of them that are dope, you got another 20 that are not. So I guess that's kind of what has tainted my mindset with it. And I think that has still left a bad taste in my mouth. So, you know, hearing I rep my hatchet man and I rep my set until the Wraith take me. I don't know. It just brings up that bad taste. So all in all, it's not a terrible song. It just, for whatever reason, hit me weird. And I skipped it immediately. I was like, you know, I want to see more subtle references to being a juggalo. That to me would come off way better. Let's move on forward. The Shaman Requires a Sacrifice. Much better song than the last one. The Place for subtle references to tell me you're a juggalo. LOL is the note that I put. Like, this was a really good song to have that, you know, to throw in your Southwest Voodoo references, to throw in any kind of reference they've made to Black Magic at all. That was the song I felt that would have been perfect to do it. Poison in the Junta. I have Just Okay Song. Put a Bullet in the Head of Every Bigot on the Planet. Another lengthy title. So I have the note, nice ICP samples. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. I believe they sampled Chicken Hunting on there, and I believe they were sampling Fuck Your Rebel Flag. Maybe it was I also like to put holes in the heads of rednecks. That's at the end of Rebel Flag, right? I don't remember. I don't remember. It's been a little bit since I listened to Carnival of Carnage. Ironically, I'm repping the hat. I just grabbed the first hat in sight and slapped it on. But great reference, or great samples. That's how you do it. Room with a Moose. I like this song. Love the bass on this one. I'm sure it thumps in the whip, but my car stereo is being a bitch right now, so I don't know. My car stereo, I don't know what's going on with it. It's like rattly. Like, it sounds like the speaker's loose, and I don't know. But weirdly enough, the left side's doing it too. I don't think I've blown it. The more bassy or something is, the more it rattles. Like, it sounds like something's rattling loose in there. So it really fucking sucks because I can't jam out like I like to. I have to turn the bass down to even really hear the music, and that's stale. All Day I Dream About Suffering, and I just realized as I read that is a reference to Adidas, All Day I Dream About Sex. That's cool. Slower song, nice wind down for the end of the album. And then we got I Use Roach Guts to Sweeten My Coffee. It's an okay song, but the album should have ended with All Day I Dream About Suffering. So yeah, that was my quick notes of each of the songs, what I thought about them. Final thoughts, it's not a terrible album. Again, it's got a trap style. It's a trap style, and that's not quite my cup of tea. But I enjoyed a few sips. I can't say I'll drink this too many more times, but you never know what mood I'll be in. So, like, all in all, not a bad album at all. There's some songs on there I definitely like, and there's definitely some songs on there I will revisit. Like I said, definitely the one where he's singing. I enjoyed that one quite a bit, and I actually found that in my head quite a bit. And then, of course, the Whispers from the Medicine Cabinet, the fucking beat from that just immediately is in my head because of the fucking bells from Killing Fields. Just, that's such an iconic sound, such an iconic fucking beat. So, before I head out, I want to plug something for you guys who may or may not know. I am currently doing a giveaway right now. You see it chilling behind me, Three-Headed Monster. I'm sprinkling little wonderful clues through videos. So if you made it this far into the video without hitting dislike and closing out because I'm a crackhead and you don't like my unsheepish opinion, here's how you can enter. You can go to one of these 3 channels, and I will make it super duper easy for you guys. I will link them in the description. It's the review from each of them on Obliteration, that one right there. So if you want a chance to win Obliteration, head over to Deck One Out, head over to Hatchet Chat, and head over to Speak Your Clout Podcast, and comment down below in their videos, "Rawr, I'm a three-headed monster." That's literally how you enter. You can do it in all 3 of them. All 3 of them will count as an entry. But yeah, that's what you got to go do. And I'm hoping to get some funny reactions from them. So if they haven't watched this video, don't tell them that I put you up to it. I want to see if they can figure it out. Hopefully they'll watch my videos. If not, it's whatever. But I just wanted to show love to them by having them get comments in their comments. Yeah, for a chance to win Three-Headed Monster, because they all 3 dropped reviews on that album as well. So that's where you got to do. That's what you got to do. Go comment "Rawr, I'm a Three-Headed Monster" in their comments, and then I will go find and add everything up, and we'll find a winner. I'm not sure when I'm going to draw the winner yet, but anyway, back to the review. Like I said, not a bad album at all. It's got to be a good album if it actually made me like re-listen to it, take notes for it, and like the last 2 albums he put out, again, they weren't my cup of tea. I think I made it halfway through Goalie before I stopped it, and I never went back to it. Same thing with The Tomb. And the Tomb, the one thing about The Tomb that I really loved is the fact that it had Scotty Two Balls do the intro from Carnival Spirits. One goal or dream of mine doing YouTube, like, I don't want to be a rapper. I don't want to be famous. I don't want, to host any events. I just want to do vocal work. I want to do skits. I want to do intros. So seeing Scotty Two Balls get that and do that was really fucking awesome to see, like, an artist out there who's definitely making moves and making noise. Like, he's already signed to Chapter 17. You know what I mean? To see him, like, grace a YouTuber like that is so fucking awesome. And, I'm going to keep striving for my goal, my dream, to be able to make that status, That's one of 2 of my goals with doing YouTube. One of them would be to, maybe get early access to albums before they come out. Maybe get sent an advanced copy of albums to listen to and review before they come out. But yeah, I think we need to close it out. So tell me down below what you guys thought about Darby O'Trill's Creek album. If you liked it, tell me everything you liked about it. What songs were your favorite? If you didn't like it, always keep it respectful. It's okay to not like something. It's okay to disagree. This is a peaceful place. My goal is to keep it peaceful. So if you have negative things to say it nicely. Be respectful as you can. I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.